You are here, home, feature, Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5, Recap and Review Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5 is the culmination of a lot of things. It's WWE's swan song for easily its best documentary production ever. But the entire documentary series has promised one thing. An answer to whether or not we've seen The Undertaker disappear into the smoke for the last time. The Boneyard Match between Taker and AJ Styles at this year's WrestleMania was the first of its era in terms of cinematic wrestling. In Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5, we get as close to a definitive answer as possible to the one question the documentary has posed. Have we seen The Undertaker's final match? Planting the seed. Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5, titled Revelation, begins where we left off in Chapter 4. The Undertaker and Roman Reigns have had their tag match against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules 2019. And Taker whispers to Vince, "I'm done." We get the talking heads that have become commonplace for this series. McCool saying that Undertaker can finally separate from Mark Calaway. Triple H and Shane McMahon both saying, "Nah, he's not done yet." You'd think that SmackDown at Madison Square Garden is where the itch to get back in the ring resurfaces. Instead, it's where the reality of his situation finally seems to take hold. Reflections on the Goldberg disaster. The realization that serious injury is just part of it now. For once, in Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5, it seems like he means it. But his appearance on the Broken Skull sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin lit a fire. Not within The Undertaker, but within his eventual Boneyard Match opponent, AJ Styles. Chasing the dragon at this point, Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5 becomes less about Undertaker chasing the perfect ending. It becomes AJ Styles lobbying to be The Undertaker's perfect ending. At first, Taker is flattered but says the time has passed. And everybody in wrestling gets on the train. Austin says Styles is the best possible opponent for Taker. Ditto for Edge. Even McCool tells her husband, "You couldn't pick anyone better." But still, Undertaker needs coaxing. It's this section of Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5 where we get a story within a story. Taker takes a trip to the Performance Center to work with NXT's big guys. That's just a cool, weird notion to me. Getting coached by The Undertaker. And this segment segues into Undertaker's history of working with younger guys. Randy Orton recalls fondly his first match with the Deadman. Jeff Hardy remembers the ladder match on Raw. Again, a neat subject in and of itself. And it weaves in seamlessly with Undertaker, The Last Ride, Chapter 5 and the story it's telling. It's ultimately the time in the ring, bumping with the NXT guys that sells him on trying. AJ Styles vs. The Undertaker as a go for WrestleMania 36. Then the world ended.